Good evening. As always, thank you all for tuning in to our live broadcast tonight. Hope and trust everybody has had a great day thus far. I think some of us spoke with each other earlier today. Miss Unique Only One, love you big time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight, I'm going to talk a little about some of what we discussed earlier today. Faith, I promise you, tonight I'm gonna preach it like I feel it. It's just as simple as that. And I told him yesterday that this week, nothing's off limits. Nobody's safe when I open my mouth. The truth must be told, and I'm gonna be the one to tell it. The Buzz Report. Love you big time. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. LaShawn Davis, good evening to you. Welcome, love you big time. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Breaking news about 20 minutes before airtime. There have been 3 arrests made after Andrew Brown's funeral today. No one really understands why they were arrested because what the cops are saying happened. It really wasn't a crime. Well, they were standing in the middle of the street, so we put handcuffs on. When we do that, here's what we do. You know what? When you have kids and they're at a young age, sometimes they just pick at one another just to do it and come up with a lame excuse why they're doing it. But it makes no earthly sense. But they're hoping you buy their foolishness. The family just laid Andrew Brown to rest. You would think with the push to defund the police reform, locking up Derek Chauvin or Derek Shalisa will probably be a name before she comes out. And with them asking for more time to be given to him, that the police in this country would wake up and pay attention and look at Chauvin as this is an example of what not to do. They're not playing with us anymore. They done walked long enough. They done protest long enough. The shit's getting real. Back up. Back up. But the opposite has occurred. They're really harassing blacks now because they're pissed about this white boy that's about to do 40 or more years in prison. But one thing they missed, this white boy orchestrated his life. This white boy woke up and said, I want to go to jail for at least 40 years or more, and I know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to kill a nigga. He got his wish. He got his wish. He got his wish. It's just as simple as that. But it really hadn't hit them yet because they're still playing. So not only are we going to have to make an example with this girl, the next one, get her. The next one, get her. We have to. Here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take us back 400 years. At first, they were saying you can protest. But we're going to tell you what time to start, we're going to tell you what time to end, where to go and where not to go, and how many can protest. And we're going to have a curfew. But now we're getting governors meeting behind closed doors. We need to stop protesting. Let's make that illegal. Oh, they ain't going to be able to do that. Let me tell you something. You don't own this. And white folks own this shit. They don't play by the rules. If they can make it happen, they're gonna make it happen. So why now? Because the protesting in the United States, they're getting larger and larger and larger, and now some are going global, worldwide. They're getting too much attention. And when you get too much attention, you get the right attention. As far as police reform is concerned, it's my opinion. It's not fact. Not trying to pass my opinion off. That's a fact. Just my opinion. There can never be police reform in this country. There can never and there will never be police reform in the United States until we first deal with the powers that be. We have to deal with the ones that let them get away with murder. Even when you got the hookers on tape, they won't prosecute. You have to deal with them first. As Cynthia's son always said, there's levels to this shit. We're going about it backwards. When you have prosecutors in office that won't prosecute and the evidence are there, y'all got to go. Y'all got to go. You have to go. There's nothing to discuss. Nothing to talk about. Is it still, Tammy says we're buffering. Is it still doing it? Tammy, I don't see it on this end. Tawana Banks, good evening to you. Lucia, I guess I pronounced it right. So, if you don't deal with the powers that be, that let racist, diabolical, killer cops, regardless of what race they are, if we don't deal with them and push them up into a corner and say, look, you are to uphold the law, not break the law. It's just like we don't expect for police officers to become the criminals that we have hired them to chase. But it happens. And so when it does, there remains no excuse, there's no sacrifice. What you're doing. If I'm a civilian and I can get 20 years for doing it, you're a cop, you start at 40 and you go up. It's just as simple as that. If there's no police accountability, I'll shoot you every damn chance I get. And just because you put the word justifiable in front of homicide, that don't make it true. But again, as I always say, there's nothing to scare a cop. Nothing. You have a brother that was shot 5 times. The killer shot went to the back of the head. The killer shot went to the back of the head to the skull. Killer shot. They called the family in along with Benjamin Crump to watch a 20-second video. Hell, they could have put that on Facebook or YouTube and we all could have watched it. Okay, thanks, Tammy. We all could have watched it. What really irritates you is that you talk to us like we're stupid. You talk to us like we're all niggas. Yeah, I said, listen, they're niggas now. Let's be honest. You have black people and you have niggas. By the way, good evening, Tim Scott. And when you talk to me like I'm a nigga, that really pissed me off. Because I'm far from a nigga. So what you tell a nigga don't have rights anyway. A nigga don't have no damn rights. And a white man is not fearful of a nigga. A white man's biggest fear, biggest problem is a black woman or a black man. The black man or the black woman biggest problem is not the white man. It's that house and field nigga. Again, hello, Tim Scott. Black people, real black people, don't endorse him, and we never will. We never will. He is a prime example of what Willie Lynch was talking about. He got his lips so far on the white man's ass. Can't tell him nothing. He think he's in there. He think they love him. But little do he know, when he leave, can't stand that damn nigga. He gonna speak? Yeah, let that nigga speak. There's some spies among us. And that's a major problem. That's a serious problem. Now, before we get off into too much here tonight, Tammy put something up a little while ago, and I was supposed to do it at the beginning, but I didn't. Listen, We haven't been alive for a while, and there's a reason for that because for the last 2 months we've had no donations, and we have to pay bills. So we uploaded some videos in hopes that we could save the show, but now it's getting into the critical state to where we have over 9,000 subscribers to this channel. Of course, we don't have 9,000 watching Mr. Scott every night, but even if we did, if each would give $1, we'd be fine. But we're not asking for $1,000. But we have to pay bills, or if not, then we have to stop. It's just as simple as that. We've been here before. I don't know no other way to say it. You know, it's irritating. Uh, it's frustrating to have to ask for some to support the show that they claim they love. Love is a verb. Verb shows action. So tonight we're asking you all if you can donate. We're trying to get to $1,000 this week. Right now we have we have 320, and some of you that have been donating, I greatly appreciate it, and uh, most of them have been letting us know online through Facebook, whatever, that they've donated. Love you big time. I greatly appreciate that. If we don't do that, then we just have to kill it. It's as simple as that. We charge no one. I've said this a million times. We charge no one, and we never will. Donation is what pays their bill, and then the rest, if it's lacking something, it comes out of our pocket. But mainstream media won't tell you what you need to know. And we try to keep it real with you. We try to keep it 100. But I don't think it's wrong to ask for you all to donate to help this uh, show stay on YouTube. We're at a critical state right now, and it takes a lot of time to do researching and get things together to bring. Because when you hear me say when truth matters, I mean that. When truth matters, come see me. We're not affiliated with any organization, any groups. We don't do that. Which simply means I'm gonna tell it like it is. I don't give a damn who gets mad. But we're gonna give it a few days here. If we can reach 1,000, then we will be okay for this month. If we don't, we will not make another announcement. You'll just say, "Oh, Mr. Scott, really? They went off. We had to." I mean, our back is up against the wall. All right, now let's get back to the show. What we if you would donate through the PayPal app or the Cash App that's on the screen there. Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell. If I could get that little mice looking bastard, I would flush him down a damn toilet. That is one racist, arrogant bastard. You can you can see the racism in his face. You can see the hatred in his eyes. The way he talks. Don't like black folks. Haters. Can't stand it. Especially when you're an educated black person. He hates that. We have many schools throughout the country are teaching about, what is it, 16, 18, 16, 19? And that's part of that curriculum. Now, he says that what we're really doing is telling a lie. He says that we're teaching that this country stands on hate, that we teach evil. Well, depends upon who you're asking. Okay, probably right. But if I'm the professor in the classroom and you say I'm teaching about hate and racism in this country and what it was built on, I'm not going to dispute that. You're telling the damn truth. They want you to believe the lie that they keep feeding, that this country was founded on the principles of God. No, it wasn't. That's bullshit. Slaves. You brought us over. And we built this shit. The White House, they built that. But if you have a problem with us telling the truth, I suggest you stop lying. As simple as that. They want us to teach what they want us to teach. This is a control mechanism. That's it. They so pissed off right now from what happened in November and January with the great state of Georgia. They don't know what the fuck to do. But it's a new day. And you got people speaking up and they're speaking out. But they don't want 16, Mitch don't want 16, 19 taught in classes. If you do this, we're going to withhold federal funding. Why in the fuck would you do that, dude? But you say you stand for what's right. Mama said until the day she died, she said, boy, I'm not saying the damn thing. Mitch should be removed from office. He is a disgrace to the United States of America. Nothing about him is truth. He's evil. He's racist. And I'm just wondering why in the hell is he still fucking living? He should have been dead by now. We're back to trying to control blacks again. They want us back in chains. That's what they want. They're attacking your right to vote. Now you can't give Miss Emma some water if she's thirsty because she's been out there for 4 or 5 hours. Wait, you go to jail for that. And she can't bring her on. So we're gonna pick up some of the polling booths, move them. If they got 100 over here, leave 2. That's all they need. Woo-hoo! 94 must be new. I agree with you. Said they got us in mental chains, and that's not a lie. Just preach. That's it. That's it. A lot of us are free. We know we're free. We're seeing your freedom papers, which they want back. But here's the thing with what that individual just said. Our minds are shackled. We still got that slave mentality. We still say, well, white folk gonna do what they want to do. I guess you're right when it comes to your black ass, because you still got that slave mentality. And you make them think that they're superior, and they're not. This country was built on a damn lie. Now they're debating whether or not the United States is racist. That's not a debate. You goddamn right the motherfucker's racist. How's that a debate? Is it? I got 1,000,001 ways that I can prove to you that the United States is racist. I promise you, and heaven is backing me up, you can't give me one example that's proof that this country is not racist. You can't. This is a racist country. I remember when Trump took office, and because his dumb ass went there, and his mother had sex that night and created him, all hell broke loose. Hatred went on the rise. Hate crimes went on the rise. Racism went on the rise. Because he spoke the language of racist white America. He spoke what they wanted to hear. They know he didn't know shit about no damn policy. They didn't give a fuck. This is the Ku Klux Klan we've been looking for. That's why they want him in office. That's why. That's simple as that. Hillary, over 30 years government experience. Get this jackass. Don't know shit, don't know nothing. He thinks because he can run a company, he can run a country. Big difference. Big difference. Big difference. And so we're now dealing with the side effects, the after effects of the tsunami that left the White House. This is a racist country. And we see it every day. You cannot make the United States be what you want it to be. There's no story that you can tell that say, yeah, it's not racist. It's got a lot of bad people in it. It's racist. It's racist. It's as simple as that. When we can shoot a brother 7 times in the back that pose no threat to nobody, we got a problem. When he can be paralyzed from the waist down until the day he died, and nobody will be held accountable.
we have a problem. When we can shoot up a black woman's apartment and shoot her while she's sleeping, and nobody gets charged for her death, but we'll charge the white officer because he pumped bullets in her neighbor's door. Now we'll charge his ass for that, but we're not going to charge him for killing her. Tell you what to do. Give him $1 million, let's throw the fuck on. And they took it. I hate when they do that. Don't take the money. If you must take the money, don't take the money until after the conviction. Because once they put that money in your hand, you think we finna prosecute this white man for this? No, fuck that. 12 million? Look, they got that. I know. Financial situation? Yeah. I don't know. But I know this here. My financial situation, it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. You will never give me 20 million or 40 million and you don't execute my child. How can I enjoy anything I buy with that money and I'm only able to buy it because this white man killed my child in her own home, not bothering nobody? Don't take the money. When you take the money, all you saying is that I'm good. I'm good. You got a white woman, Dallas, Texas. Allegedly, she got amnesia, confused or whatever. She goes into an apartment she thinks is hers, but it's not. Belongs to a black man. She executes him in his home while he's on the sofa enjoying a bowl of ice cream. She got 101 stories. How did she get in? They open the door. No. Oh no, I put my card in there and it opened. No, because it's like it's a hotel. We have a card. No, they don't fit either door. No, it's just one door. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. It was like halfway open. It's got a spring on it. It don't do that. It closes. Boom, bam. Well, who are you arguing with inside of the apartment? Nobody. That's not what the neighbor said. You smell weed, right? Mm-hmm. And I know I don't smoke weed. Well, that should have been a fucking sign that's not your apartment. There's a red oval-shaped mat. That should have been another sign. That's not you. I'm getting confused with you saying you confused because you wasn't confused when you worked your shift. When you ended that shift, you went to the right car, you had the right keys, you made all the right turns. You did not go to the wrong apartments. You went to the right apartments where you live. But when you pulled up in there, you got confused because she had worked a 15-hour shift. Yeah, no, it was 12. Okay. You have to be disturbed by all of this unless you're just a body without a soul. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. And heaven backing me up. White folks, these cops, they are creating something that they will not be able to deal with. How long do you think they just gonna continue to let you whoop their ass, beat their ass, and kill their ass, and we not retaliate? You tell me that you will not tolerate any violence when we're protesting. You don't tell me how to fuck the protest. If you don't want to tolerate any violence, my advice to you, tell that goddamn cop that shit before you give him a gun and a badge. So, point, you're going to tolerate whatever the fuck we're going to dish out. Because a day coming, a day's going to come when a can of whoop ass going to open up. A can of whoop ass is going to open up. Well, a couple of innocent cops got killed. They're not innocent. Well, they was minding their own business. You know how many black guys and black girls was minding their own fucking business, and deranged, diabolical, crooked ass, racist cops went and interrupted their life for good? I don't give a damn about a badge on a fucking gun. Respect is never given, respect is earned. Do you think we just gonna keep sitting here and letting y'all do the fuck you wanna do? No, no, a day coming. It's coming. It's coming. And here's what's bad about it. When some of us get something, we don't know when to stop. We don't have brakes. White folks been controlling for too fucking long. It's simple as that. And for you niggas, that's always saying, well, I'm gonna pray, I'm gonna let God, baby, they can't get away from God, though. God gonna get them. Well, God got his day, but goddamn it, I want mine right fucking now. That's that slave shit talking. I have to respect you, but you don't have to respect me. You want me to march peacefully, but you come in riot gear. Bitch, no. Mm-mm. This country is in a terrible shape right now. It's in a terrible shape. When we get to a point to where we want to withhold federal funding because you're teaching a certain curriculum in school, that's a 911 situation. When you don't want the truth told about what your fucking people did to us, that's a 911 situation. We got to accept it and go on with it and let God deal with it. No, those days are gone. Those days are gone. And if you know anything about God, if you have studied your Bible rather than just reading it, you would know God brought some wrath down his shaft. Oh, he's a peaceful God. No, he wasn't. He got your ass right. Slaves, obey your master. That's the first thing that white man said when you got off that ship. Open that book up. See, that's your God, right? Y'all like it, that's our God. I didn't say it. That's what your God said. And so you've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, tricked. Anything outside of the Bible, I don't believe in it. In order to understand some things in the Bible, believe it or not, you got to go outside the Bible. You have to. I've never had my mind inside of a box. So you'll never hear me say, I think I've never been a man living in a box. And I'll speak until the day I die. Marvin Gaye, mercy, mercy me, Lord, what's going on? It's our anthem now. And it fits everything that's going on today. It does. It's like we're down here all by ourselves. Anybody? It's just us. It's us against them. Ooh! Mary Elizabeth, she just preached. She said, I was sick of singing Kumbaya. That's it. You ought to be sick of it too. You ought to be sick of, Lord, I know someday change gonna come. You ought to be sick of that. I'm coming up over the side of the mountain. You ought to be sick of that shit. When? When is a change gonna come? I've been told a change was gonna come since I was a fucking baby. It ain't got here yet. You know why? The change will not come until we bring the change that we looking for. Them white folks ain't gonna give you that shit. They let you know every day. They still see you as 3/5 of a human. They don't give a fuck about you or your mama. Anytime a police officer is at the center of an investigation, especially we're talking about loss of life, you should be placed on leave, no paid administrative leave. Placed on leave, no paid administrative leave. You lose this battle, your pension, guess what? They ain't gonna go to waste. The family, they will receive that. Don't worry about that. We're gonna do all the paperwork. You are not allowed to work nowhere in this country as a security guard, so you know a cop that's out the goddamn question. I need to know every time you get a disciplinary. I need it to pop up on some website so I can read about you and study you. I don't know why they didn't say it in the courtroom, but we talked about it here. I talked about the 14-year-old boy that Sharvin put his neck on back in 2017, the black boy. And I'm wondering, why they're not bringing that up in the courtroom? So the people calling, Mr. Scott, I can't find that nowhere. You so he did that? If I bring it up, I can back it up. Simple as that. Think I'm going to ruin my reputation with some bullshit that didn't happen, or I haven't searched it myself. They did. But now they're bringing it up. Now they're going to want to bring him back and prosecute him on that. And I think I might know why they didn't do it, because they knew about it. But for one, it should have been dealt with then, but it wasn't. He got away with it. Well, let's not bring it in right now, because this may mess up the conviction that we're trying to get. So I'm not saying that's it, but that's the way I'm looking at it. And this was a 14-year-old boy, and he'd done it before. So guess what? He has a pattern. He has a pattern of doing this. And so when you have a pattern of doing things that are not pleasing to most, guess what? We have to cut you off. We have to stop you, because you're out of control, and you don't know how to stop yourself. Them drugs got you fucked up. So I'm going to stop you. I remember, I think we was in a hotel when the verdict came out. And I was watching on a laptop. I think I was doing a live, and Cynthia was watching CNN. And they came in, the verdict. And I said, well, I wasn't expecting the verdict until Wednesday or maybe Friday. But when they came back the next day, I said, oh my God, I know what it is. It's guilty. And I tell you what, I'm going to predict that not only is he guilty, he's going to be guilty on all charges. That's what it was. That's what it was. So I know some of y'all are saying, oh yeah, it's right there on tape. That don't mean shit. Listen, Lil Boosie said, cops shoot us down on cameras, don't even get convicted, them some dirty bitches. Do you know how many times we've had them hook us on tape and they lied about, well, no, it looks like that. That's not what you saw. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. So if you're going to lie about what we saw, we don't need body cams and we don't need dash cams. What's worse than what Sharvin has been convicted of is things that he has done and we don't know about it, and we probably never will. I don't give a damn if your child's a thug or a little hot mama. That's your child. Somebody loves your child. We can, in this country, interrupt an individual's life, and we are expected to continue to go on in life like nothing happened. Nothing happened. Let them get over with it. Do you know how appalling it is to even think that they contemplated not charging the officer that paralyzed Jacob Blake? That's an insult to every black person. Mary Elizabeth, love you big time. Thank you so much. That's an insult. Because what you're telling me is that my life has no value. My words have no value. I have no value because when they wrote the words, we the people, blacks were not considered people. And so today, we the people still don't have anything to do with blacks. And I don't care how you sit and have a psychological adjustment talk with your child before they leave your house. White folks don't have to do it, but we do. But even when we do it, they damned if they do, and they damned if they don't. Yes, sir. No, sir. Hands up, hands down. They'll kill us. So I'm never having a psychological talk if I have a young child. I'm not going to do that. Because it doesn't matter what they do. If they're going to kill them, they're going to kill them. But laws must be addressed so that cops will think before they even touch a damn taser, not to mention a gun. We we saw a 13-year-old boy, hands up. That story was so sad. He obeyed the command. It was so sad. But y'all didn't see the gun in his hand. He had his hands up, palms up. That's a sign of surrender in this country. It's impossible to have a gun in your hand. It don't work like that. But no, it is right there. I don't give a damn. It was a bomb right there. You say they had it in his hand. When you said stop, hands up, boom, and boom, boom, and you killed him. Everybody is somebody's child. I'm great, J-Rock. What's going on with you? Valerie says, how much longer must injustice continue in the United States? Injustice in the United States will continue until black people get pissed. We're not pissed yet. We're not mad yet. We're not angry yet. Because you know when somebody's pissed. You know when they're mad. You know when they're angry. They stop taking that bullshit and they turn the table on your bitch ass. And when you walk in and kick that dog, and he just laying there, and you nothing to do, but this time, I bite the fuck out your ass. The dog tired. Simple as that. You keep worrying about protesting or speaking out that you're going to get arrested, you're going to go to jail. But some stupid ass people will wake up the next fucking day and deliberately commit a crime and go to prison. And before we get out of here, I said this earlier today. If they start locking them up, amen, hallelujah, Tammy, hallelujah. My sister Yvette and I talked about this the other day. The little girl in Ohio. I don't care who calls the police. Hear me good. We're going to get out of here. When the police pull up on the scene, knife, gun, stick, whatever you have in your hand, you better drop it. You better drop it. Don't let that officer have to tell you to drop that weapon because it might not end well for you. Even if you drop it, it might not end well. The officer shot and killed her. He shot her 4 times. People have an issue with that. I have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with one shot. I don't have an issue with that because let me tell you something. He couldn't have tased her because he was too far. But when he got out, if he didn't do anything, that girl was going to be stabbed and probably stabbed to death. So for those of you that are pissed off because she's dead, let me say this to you. She orchestrated that day herself. The parents of the girl that's still alive, I promise you they're happy. They're probably sad for her. Every time a bullet meets a black person from a white cop or whatever, it's not a George Floyd issue. It's not racism. We have to stop putting ourselves in positions to be having an encounter with the police. We cannot love our people as we say we do, and we uphold them in their wrong. That girl was wrong. We saw, look, they was fair. They gave you a slow a video of it. They gave you still shots of it. She was. Now, if he'd have got out and said, John, don't do that, and she'd have stabbed her, then y'all would have been like, he should have shot her. So what the hell do you want? We can't fight for justice on one end and not realize we're picking up one stick. You can't cherry pick what works for you and what don't. We can't. That's not right. Tammy always 100 says, I'm sorry, but that child killed herself. Tammy, if you don't say nothing else before we get out of here tonight, you just preach. Let me tell you something about people. Some people don't like the truth. They send you that invitation in the mail, that pity party. I'm not joining that bullshit. Simple as that. I don't know why she was there in false case. That's irrelevant to what happened. She orchestrated her own death. It's simple. But we as black people also, with this Black Lives Matter shit, I think I said this earlier, I don't know. But just the other day here in Shreveport, they had a group of people marching.
No justice, no peace. What are y'all marching for today? Well, them cops been killing blacks and stuff. We got to stand up, man. They can't keep doing us like this here. Yeah, you sure all right. I know that. Well, let me ask you something, Leroy. Yeah, what you at, Mr. Scott? What do you think about black on black crime? What do you think about all them blacks that keep killing blacks in Shreveport? What do you think about them? Oh, they need to stop that, man. This is so sad the way they're doing each other. You know what I'm saying? But you don't feel the fucking need to march for that. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a fucking hypocrite. Before you can convince any race that Black Lives Matter, you better convince it to your damn self. Y'all won't say a mumbling word on black crime. But white cop, that's just wrong. We would not, no justice, no peace. Man, sit your fake ass down. If a white cop kill a black person kill a black person, that's a crime. It's as simple as that. Now, are you really out marching for justice, or are you trying to get some damn attention? Because you're so angry. There's too many angry black activists in this country. They angry, they frustrated. They wake up mad. And they go and get the little ones brainwashed and get them angry. And get them out there walking. The white man is a blue-eyed devil. But they don't walk on black crime. You can't say shit to me. You can't say shit to me because you full of shit. When black kill blacks, we don't hear a mumbling word from them motherfuckers. White cop shot back. When they shot him? When they shot him? Hey, Channel 3, we're gonna have a walk today. Yeah, 2:30, beat down. Comical, right? But it's real. It's real. A lot of people don't like the truth. They can't relate to it. Some of you now probably calling me every damn name but the name on my birth certificate. But guess what? I told you tonight I'm a preacher like I feel it. And I saw my birth certificate, so I know what's on it. And I know what to answer to and what not to answer to. You can't preach love and hate from the same tongue. You can't. You can't do it. Can't do it. Do you know black people kill more black people than white cops kill black people? That's a fucking pandemic. March on that. When y'all stay away from them angry, mad activists, when they come your way, run, baby, run like you're running for your freedom from the massa when you see them. Because they're benefiting from using you on their hidden agenda. I gotta get out of here. I'm losing my voice and I gotta go eat. Listen, I love you guys. Be the Lord willing, I think we're back tomorrow night. Don't forget, we need your donations to stay on air. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do this, so we're hoping it can end by this week. We have to get to 1,000. We have to pay bills and do some other things. I don't think that's asking for too much. I mean, if everybody give a little that's on this live feed. Again, there's over 9,000 subscribers on this channel, whether they hear or not. $1 from each, be one of them, but we don't need 6. But we do have to pay bills. In 2 months, there'll be no donations. So love is a verb. If you love what we do, then help support what we do. We can't do it without you. Remember, I'm not always right. You are not always wrong. I'm Scott. Y'all enjoy eating.